All right, welcome back to the Unguardable Podcast. We back finally.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
let's start off with I seen this. It says Nigeria becomes the first country to ban white and British models in all advertisement. Do you feel like that's racist?
Wait, say it again. Say it one more time for
Ni-
me.
Nigeria becomes the first country to ban white and British models in all advertising.
Nigeria becomes the first country to ban all white
And British
and
models.
British.
It says
That's
we have 200 million beautiful people here. We will use our own.
mm. See, so look, so I don't want to say. All right, so
Because it's so
it's
hard to say. Like, on one hand, it's literally discrimination and racism. You're not letting someone do something based off the color of their skin. But at the same time, it's like they got a point. Like they have their
yeah,
own
yeah, you
beautiful
got a
people
point
there.
exactly.
I can't knock someone for wanting to only use their own people in their advertising. But at the same time, it is some type of discrimination and racism. I don't know.
Exactly. So that's what I was gonna say too, because it's like you said, it's your people, and you want to support your people. Then, like you said, you're taking away allowing somebody that is of this skin color and this race to not to be able to perform. You know what I'm saying? So I get it because at the same time, it's like, what happens if somebody another if a white company would happen to do the same thing? Like, no, we just want to support us. We don't want to support African American people. We don't pretty much care for African American people. We just want to support us. You see what I'm saying? So what happens if you know look at it from that standpoint and how people of color will feel of that. You feel me? How will we
Yeah, but
feel about that if
it,
there was a company that
then
did that?
it makes you think if I'm white and I'm born and raised in Nigeria, I can't get a job even though I'm a Nigerian citizen. Like I don't know, that makes it tough. That makes it hard.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
It's I guess I can agree with them. It's just they
I
just
don't.
want to use their own people for their advertisement. I can't
I believe.
knock
I believe. In my opinion, I understand you want to support your own people, and I'm all about supporting my own people. I love supporting, my people between African American and I'm mixed, and I have my Mexican side. We have our Mexican side, so I love supporting my Latinos as well. Um, you feel me? So I'm all about that, but I'm all about loving everybody. I'm all about supporting and giving everybody love. No matter what. You feel me? So I feel like no matter skin, race, whatever, I think we should also just support each other and help each other get rich and help each other, spread, what we love to do and, spread, love and passion, between each other. You feel me? I don't think it should just be separated at all. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, so I'm all about support, but I think we all should just be equal and be able to just do what we should be able to do. You feel me?
so does their intentions not outweigh the action? Because I feel like let's say their intentions are like they don't feel Nigerian people are being represented enough, so they're doing something to try to help push Nigerian people to get their exposure. That doesn't outweigh that, even though the action of it just being what they're doing, what their intentions are, it doesn't matter to you that much.
You said, does it matter to me?
Yeah, like that doesn't outweigh the action, their intentions.
I mean, I get it. Like I said, I get their intention. I don't know. I don't know if it does for me because I feel like it's all about the result at the end. You feel me? Like I know at the end. I'm not saying I don't have. There's nothing that I have against white people or people of another race. You know what I'm saying? I just like I said, I just want to be able to. I feel like we've been so divided for so long. So I'm saying, and I understand that, like you said, we're underrepresented in something, and you want to bring light to something, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, do that. I want you to do that, but don't exclude somebody. You know what I'm saying? don't say you can't be a part of it. You see what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. A part of saying like you can't do it. I would say like you may not get as much as exposure because we're focusing more on promoting, African American people, the Nigerian people. Sorry, you see what I'm saying? Like we can promote that we're mainly focusing this, but don't just totally cancel somebody out because you just want to focus on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to a charter school that was focusing on closing the African American and the African American educational gap. You see what I'm saying? Because high school graduation, rates African Americans and Latino people, their high school graduation rates are far much lower than the other races. You see what I'm saying? And so the school that I went to was trying to bridge that gap between getting more African American and Latino students to graduate. You see what I'm saying? But we had white people, we had Asian people, we had different races that went to that school. You see what I'm saying? And we were mainly focusing on us, but they were treated just as equal, just like us. You see what I'm saying? Even though our mission was to bridge the African American gap between the high school gap, we still had other people and other ethnicities inside there and treated them just like no others. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the intentions are right, but just don't exclude anybody at all. That's what I'm trying to say. I believe everybody should be included.
Yeah, it's kind of for me. It kind of ties into the Andrew Tate thing, where it's like Nigeria. I guess technically they can do whatever they want because it's their country. They can do whatever. But it reminds me of the Andrew Tate thing because it's like people are talking about freedom of speech, but it's Instagram's platform. If they Instagram or YouTube doesn't want you on their platform, then does Instagram? I don't think your freedom of speech applies to someone's company. If they don't want you to be a part of their company based off the stuff you say, then that's just how it is. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Andrew Tate should be deplatformed, but I can't argue against it because, like I said, it's Instagram's platform. If they don't want him, then they don't want him. But what I don't like about that situation is like people like KSI and Logan Paul who like they both did crazy things. You know how Logan Paul he had the thing where he recorded the body in the forest. KSI used to be making all types of rape jokes and all types of crazy stuff. They never got deplatformed for the crazy stuff they said, and they say and did way worse things what Andrew Tate is doing, but they never got their platforms taken away, and they got the chance to grow and become better people. So like Logan Paul is saying he doesn't want to give Andrew Tate a platform, like he doesn't want to call him out the box. It's like it's weird. It's like no one took away your platform. Yeah, you got canceled, but you still had your platform. I don't think Andrew Tate should get that platform taken away from him.
Me either. I think Andrew Tate has spread a lot of wisdom and spread a lot of truth to the young people. I mean, a lot of people disagree with his takes, and he has some things that are controversial and that you can argue about. But in my opinion, a lot of the things and a lot of the videos that I've seen and I've came in encounter with have actually inspired me and gave me knowledge and actually made me feel more self-confident and made me feel better about myself and showed that, hey, I need to do this in my life, and gave me more motivation. So for me personally, he's done nothing but good for me. You feel me? And he's spread nothing but truth. So all the negative things I spread about him, I don't agree with, and I really don't see why people are just trying to paint this bad light on somebody who's
Yeah, and
just
as
real.
content creators, that the big content creators should know that stuff gets clipped and taken out of content. Like the clip of him saying girls are bad drivers. If you watch like the whole entire clip, he was saying from his experience, all the car crashes that he's ever been in are from female drivers. So in his experience, girls are worse drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Or he has like saying he doesn't want his girl to go to the club or something like that. And
Yeah, I
it's
heard
like if you
about
watch
that.
the whole clip, he's saying for it's his job to protect her. It's as a boyfriend, he's like kind of his responsibility. So he wants to know where his girl is at and what his girl is doing, and he wants to keep her safe. If you
Exactly.
just watch a lot of his stuff, that if you watch the whole clip, it actually makes sense what he's saying instead of the 10-second clip on TikTok.
Yep. A lot of people just see something and just immediately, oh my God,
It's
he's
called
trash.
headline
Post it.
culture.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
see the headline, you don't even read the article. You just see what the headline says and just go with it.
A scroll, exactly. That's what it is. But I mean, sad to say, but that's the society that we live in, though. That's why it's as a content creator, you have to. It's good and bad. You see right now for Andrew Tate, it's bad. You see what I'm saying? But there is a good side. When he was popping, I was literally seeing him on my For You page every day, every second. Every time I pulled up TikTok, I at least saw at least 3 Andrew Tate videos in like 20 minutes, like at least 3 to 4, like on my For You page. Like, so seriously, I would scroll and I would see like several. And that shows that the algorithm, if people are reposting and people are, doing, like you said, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, free Andrew Tate, man.
Facts.
All right. Out of these young stars, which one gets pushed to the bench? Luca, LaMelo, Trey Young, Ja Morant, Zion, and Anthony Edwards.
I
See,
hate
if
to say it. I hate to say it because I'm a big fan of him and I love him so much. Uh, I love him a lot, but you know what? I'm changing it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna say Anthony Edwards. I
it
I,
did,
I, I was going to say LaMelo. I was going to, but I'm gonna just kick Anthony Edwards out just because I believe LaMelo's playmaking and the way that the way that his playmaking and his shot creating and the way that he can create for his teammates, I think is way more deadlier than Anthony Edwards, explosiveness and his, athleticism. Like, to me personally, I believe that LaMelo, the way that he can open up this floor and spread the floor for his teammates and find people and the passes that he makes are just way more important to me than LaMelo's. I
see,
mean,
if you're basing like
everybody else for me stays.
if you're making it like your lineup, then LaMelo or Ja has to go because if you're going based off of a lineup, you can't have LaMelo, Trey Young, and Ja Morant for me
That's
because
true. That's
that
true.
is the most horrible defensive skinniest lineup I've ever heard. And I mean
It's just
Zion
like
played the
I
team,
can't
but
cut John Morant. Like, honestly, John Morant is Luca and John Morant and Trey Young, in my opinion, are those 3 people I can't cut. And I'm being so honest. Those 3 dudes are just
but
too deadly that I can't cut without a doubt. Everybody
I
else
mean, but
I can it's a toss up game for me.
at least Luca has
He's
I don't know.
solid. There's no
Ja
way he's
Morant,
not solidified.
Ja Morant just there's all of these players really need the ball in their hands, but
Oh, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Ja Morant and Luca can definitely spot up, but Luca is just the best player there, undoubtedly. So I don't feel like he would
Yes.
spot up. But like I said, and I feel like he's the best defensive player there, unless you're
That's
taking
true.
into account Zion's shot blocking ability.
Mm-hmm.
It, like I said, if you're making a lineup, I'm taking Lamelo off. I'm doing Trey, Ja, Luca, and Zion. But if you're saying who's the worst player there, I think it is Ant.
Me too.
But I can't cut him if I'm making a lineup because he's a small forward. He's a better defender. I can't do the 3 point guards lineup. Even though Lamelo is tall, he's just too skinny and not defensive. He's not good enough on defense for me to put him at small forward.
Mm-hmm. I feel it. I'm keeping LaMelo and I'm cutting Anthony. I'm gonna keep LaMelo. I'm gonna keep my 6'7" point guard that can shoot the ball, pass, just to, I mean, he doesn't, like you said, he does lack the defense, and we're gonna be weak on the defensive side, but hey, we're gonna make up for it in the offense. We're gonna be beating y'all, we're gonna have to try to make y'all shoot the long ball and run fast breaks. That's what we're gonna have to try to do. We're gonna have to make y'all shoot the 3, then because we don't have a lot of interior defensive players. You got to play a zone with my players, and we're gonna be good. Hey, we got plenty of offense. Plenty of offense.
All right. So, Donovan Mitchell got traded to the Cavs,
Yes, or
which the trade package
spider
was
spider.
Laurie. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Achari and Colin Sexton, 3 first round picks and 2 pick swaps. So that was the trade they did. But I think let me see. The Knicks trade, I think it's way better. They could have gotten the Knicks offered RJ, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, 3 first round picks. They turned down that trade and took the one with the Jazz. But I also seen something come out that they were kind of mad that Donovan requested a trade, so they didn't want to send him to New York because that's where Donovan wanted to go. I don't know
Mhm.
if that was true or not, but I feel like that trade package is way better than the
It
Jazz one.
is. It is.
But then
It's not.
you also gotta take. Are they trying to be good at this point? Are they gonna want to tank? Because that team is like not a tank roster necessarily.
Who, Utah?
No, I'm saying what if they had traded for Obi, Mitchell Robinson, and RJ, that's not a tank team, but they're also
Uh-uh.
not good enough to really compete. So it's like they might as well tank.
Yeah,
But
and they're in the
still,
West. The West is too deep. It's too deep. Those
both
young
both of them
players
like
wouldn't.
know how
Those
to work.
young players, they would come to those young players. It would hurt those young players more because they would come to a team that they're not new with, they're not familiar with. They would. I'm be honest with you. They would get smacked. Utah's getting killed. Like they're not doing anything in the West. Like for real. Like they're not making the play in. Even if they trade for those players, like they're not gonna make the
See,
play.
that's what I think the
So it's gonna
exactly.
ruin
Oh,
their confidence. I believe it's gonna ruin the confidence of those young players if they was to do that,
but they
especially
play
coming
for
to a
New
new
York.
team, huh?
They play for New York. New York is not
But
good.
but I'm saying they've been in New York for a long period of time. I'm saying if they was just to trade and then come to them in the new season, then it'll be like,
I think that roster is a playing team. Not in the East, but if the Jazz are in the West, they are. I think they're a playoff playing team.
I don't think they will be a playing team with that roster, even if they make those
I think they
trades.
are. I'm not saying they win the playing game, but they're going to be a 9-10 seed. I don't know. I like that trade way better. Um, Speaking of
I think the
seed,
Kings would beat that team.
which one of these teams is not making the playoffs? Heat, Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Raptors, Bulls, Nets, Hawks, and Cavs. That's 9 teams. Only 8 can make it. So which one of those teams is not making it?
Uh, ooh, I was gonna say this one team, but I forgot they did just pick up what's his name. Ooh, that's interesting. I forgot the Hawks had DeJounte, bro.
Is
Ooh.
it the Bulls? Do the
Heck
Bulls?
no, I'm not, bro. You better not disrespect Zach, bro. The fact that you even considered that, bro,
It is.
Zachary and DeMar,
What are we
bro, that
talking?
team is the Bulls are nice.
Are they healthy?
They're nice. Who's injured?
Lonzo Ball, their defensive point guard and shooter.
I think he's
Alex
coming back,
Caruso
ain't
been
he?
out.
Ain't he coming back?
He just got hurt again.
For real?
Yes,
What?
he's not going to be ready opening night. They got to stay healthy.
I still got the
And
Bulls.
I
I still got the
think
Bulls making the playoffs though.
I think that's the team that falls out. I think the Raptors.
That team right there. Yep, Raptors. Yeah, get them going. I'm sorry, Raptors, bro. No, Raptors. No, get them going.
The Raptors are
Pack him up.
nice.
Pack them
The
Raptors up,
Raptors are
bro.
super nice, bro.
Pack them Raptors up, bro.
Their,
Drake,
their roster is
I
too.
mess with you, but pack them
The
Raptors
roster
up.
is way too deep, bro.
Pack them Raptors up. What are the other teams?
I mean, the only other teams is the Nets,
Too
the
dominant.
Cavs.
All right, so all right, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you know what. Let me take that back. I don't think the Cavs are. I mean, I think we're giving them a lot of hype, like a lot of hype. Like I love Donovan Mitchell. He's nice. Darius Garland, nice. Allen, nice. Like everybody's nice, but I don't know. I don't know.
They got 4 potential All Stars.
I don't know though.
They're gonna be nice.
A
That
playoff
team has
eighth
4.
seed, eighth seed team.
They have 4 All Stars, right?
Okay, we've seen it before. That don't mean nothing.
4 All Stars?
Right. Yes. The Warriors, but we know how to share the ball and communicate and play like that. We don't know what. I mean, we've never seen Donovan Mitchell play with another superstar per se. To be honest with you, right?
His teammate was better than Rudy Gobert is better than Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, I ain't got. Oh,
What are you talking
what
about?
is this man talking about? Oh, what?
Bro, bro, it's
You just
the
say Rudy
NBA,
Gobert is better than
bro.
Donovan Mitchell?
The NBA isn't just about scoring, man.
I understand that, but Donovan Mitchell is still a better basketball player than Rudy Gobert. Period. I don't care.
We're talking about the defensive player of the year, dude. And that's not like he doesn't score the ball. He led the league in dunks for I don't know how many years. Like Rudy G is better than Donovan Mitchell. That's just facts.
No. I'm sorry. Donovan Mitchell has hit too many clutch shots and clutch. He's just done so much for them, bro. I mean, a center. I mean, it's hard to put a center against a guard because a guard has a ball more than a center does. But it's like, I mean, Shaq. You know, I mean, there's just so many different centers throughout the NBA that have been that have dominated. I can't say Rudy Gobert is like their number one or number two option. Like he's not. And there's centers that are number one and two options that have been throughout history. So that's the point I'm trying to make.
That's going back to scoring. He's not a scoring option. That's not his impact. His impact is way farther.
Okay, even defensive play, defensive. There's even centers that are defensive machines as well as can do offensive things as well too.
Like I said, he can score the basketball. He led the league in dunks for like literally multiple years in a row. That's literally dominating the paint. And on top of that, his defensive impact is the Jazz. Who else plays defense on that team? And they've been a top 10 defense. I can't tell you no one else on that team.
Donovan Mitchell
is horrible.
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley's not clamping up nobody. That was 97 years old.
Who else is on that Jazz roster?
They don't have nobody. Jared Vanderbilt, like Rudy Gobert has been carrying that team defensively.
We got Jordan Clarkson.
No defense.
Ori Markin. And Colin Sexton's about to. Oh, they got THT now?
Yeah, they got that trash can.
What's wrong with THT?
Who did they trade for? They traded for Patrick Beverley.
Yep.
They
got Rudy Gay.
I don't like that trade, but at the same time, it's like
they got Rudy Gay. They got Hassan Whiteside, and they got Boy John. They really got rid of their whole team. No D Mitch. Oh yeah, they're done. Jazz are done.
He was carrying their team. His impact is way bigger than Donovan Mitchell's.
Whoa. Okay.
It's just facts.
Don't disrespect Mr. 45 on the back, man. That man was, or 42. I think he's 42. 42 or 45. What are those numbers? Oh, that man, Donovan Mitchell is nice, but he does sell in the playoffs sometimes. But those last two playoffs, he didn't even take the last shot. So I ain't gonna lie. So I ain't even gonna put that on him because those last shot, I think Mike Conley and somebody else took. They lost.
Yeah, we're not even gonna address that sentence. All right, Montrezl Harrell to the Sixers.
I saw that. I saw that. Nice big twin towers down there. Two big black guys between Joel and Montrez. Two defensive anchors. That's gonna be nice.
I don't think Montrez is starting.
No, I know, but I'm saying like they ever get in at the same time, or I'm just saying it's two good defensive pickups. They got two good.
Sixers are gonna be nice. All right. Lastly, we got one more. Who comes off the bench? Wait, and I take that back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two players have to come off the bench. You got Shaq, Larry Bird, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Curry, and Durant.
Wait, what? Say it again.
Shaq, Larry Bird, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Curry, Durant.
Go ahead. Who do you think?
Off rip, Shaq has to start. He's the only center. Curry also has to start. He's the only point guard. So for the other three, I'm taking LeBron and Jordan. Got to. So that leaves Kobe, Larry Bird, and Durant for that last starting spot. And once again, I feel like I said with the other one, like I don't need Kobe if I have Jordan. So for me, it's between Larry Bird and KD. And I think I'm going to go with KD just because I've seen him defer. So I'm going Curry, Jordan, Braun, Durant, and Shaq.
All right, I'm gonna agree with the Curry and Shaq with the 1 and 5 for sure. Those two are solidified. I'm gonna go with MJ and Kobe. I'm still going with the two killers without a doubt. MJ and Kobe. Those two dudes on the set court at the same time would give a team 81. Kobe scored that in one game himself. I would then go to lock it down at the 4 with the playmaking LeBron, like hands down one of the greatest playmakers. So I think that team will be solid for me. KD and Larry, y'all can get the boot. I love y'all, but y'all can get the boot. I'd rather take, arguably, for me, Kobe's top 3 all time to, with MJ and, even. Hey, I sent Cam that Jimmy High. I sent Cam that Jimmy High roller video.
Top 3 shooting guards,
bro. Yeah, top 2. He number 2.
I don't know. Top 3 players. He's not even the best Laker. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best player to put. I'll take that back.
Okay.
LeBron's the best player to put on a Lakers jersey, but Kareem's right behind.
Wow, you're tripping. Did you see that Jimmy High roller video? Did you see that Jimmy High roller video I sent you?
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, Jimmy High roller took he analyzed and went and looked at like NBA interviews of NBA players and gathered like.
Oh yeah, I was watching that.
He gathered NBA players and like 90% of them had Kobe and MJ as their top 2 players of all time, just because, they actually played against them and with them. Like everybody that played against them and with them, and even LeBron James, like 90% of them chose Kobe and MJ over LeBron, just because, everybody on the outside world is choosing their stats and looking at their stats, but everybody that played with them and played against them is actually looking at their skill and actually how they actually played in their work ethic and everything they took an account for. And so that's why they put MJ and Kobe as like the greatest actual like basketball player, all time over LeBron James, like even their competitiveness and like I said, like their mentality, like he went into depth in it. And it was a good video. And it was actually kind of interesting how actual NBA players put these players in the Kobe and MJ, and these players give them the recognition. Like some people don't even have Kobe in their top 10 all time. Like real talk, people don't even people don't even have them top 10, but yet actual NBA players have them too. Huh?
It's not ridiculous to say that, bro. Two things.
It's just because analysts and people like us don't give Kobe his respect. They just look at stats. You just look at stats, and it's not true.
LeBron is. People are still playing against LeBron. They're not going to give him that much praise. That's my opponent. I got to go play against him Thursday night. You think I'm about to tell him he's the greatest player of all time?
That's not true.
That is true.
People, bro, these NBA players be deep riding each
other. How many people had Kobe goaded like that before he passed away? Not a lot. I guarantee you a lot of those
interviews. But no, these interviews weren't recent. He was pulling up interviews from years. He had interviews of old NBA, even OG NBA players like Bill Russell and people like.
And those are the same. And those are the same people like Gilbert Arenas.
He had like.
Then listen, and those are the same. Those
players that played with Kobe and Jordan and against, and they even admitted themselves. They said that these two are. I mean, how can you deny that?
Listen, these are the same people like Gilbert Arenas who said Giannis doesn't know basketball and doesn't know how to train his body. Those are the same people giving you those interviews. The same people like Kendrick Perkins who thinks he's a god. These are the same people doing these interviews, bro. They just say anything, bro. Like, I respect their opinion, but at the same time, it's like they don't look at the game of basketball. Like you said, they don't look at it like us. They only look at an eye test. Kobe is definitely top 5 if you're looking at just eye test, just watching them play. But you have to look at stats. You got to look at their career, what they've done. Like you got to
Oh
take
yeah, I know
everything
that.
into account.
Oh yeah, I
Oh
know
yeah, if
that.
you're saying like at basketball, yeah, Kobe's one of the most skilled players of all time. But when you start talking about it, you start adding everything else into it, it
They
starts to
say
fall.
I mean, how can you? I mean, how can every if you add everything into it? I mean, Kobe. How is Kobe not top 10? Especially, I mean, even with the 5 rings. I mean, shoot. Besides the 2 that he had help with Shaq, those last 3 was tough by himself.
The
I mean,
three
he
he
had
had with
Pau
Shaq,
Gasol in the crew. You feel
the
me?
three he had with Shaq, they three-peated.
Or 3, yeah, 3 with Shaq. I mean, those last 2 was tough. I ain't gonna lie. That was tough. And like I said, Kobe, I just feel like Kobe just don't get as much recognition. Besides forget his passing.
You were saying you think Kobe doesn't get his respect, even though even you were saying like excluding him passing away, you still don't think he gets his respect.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the opposite. I think he gets overrated, like you just said, him being top 3 all time. Like
It's just fact. It's just fact. I mean, he's coming from actual NBA players that played and with and against them. I mean, it's like that's how they. I mean, that's how they look at it. I mean, versus us, like I said, versus us, outsiders. We only can look at outside in. We never played. You and I never played against or with Kobe Bryant. So we have never seen or it's different. It's different when like I said, it's different when you experience and do something with someone versus looking from the outside in and trying to determine like, hey, this looking and like nitpicking. So I'm saying, like, for example, if you and I played, like if we played and did something every single day, you feel me, like video game, if we played a you know 2K or Madden, and we played it and grind every single day. You see what I'm saying? And like, we worked and worked and worked and worked, and then people is trying to say that you're a better Madden player than me, or you're a better Madden player than this person or that person, and trying to nitpick. But they say that, oh, he didn't have enough wins or he didn't have enough this. But me, I'm like, I've seen Cam play, at his all time, high, low. I've seen him
but
grind.
there's so many
I'm
there's so
saying
many teams.
I've seen all the things that he's done, and I'm like, you can't tell me that this person is better than this person because I've literally seen the best that he can do. Like,
But at the
like
same
I said, like
time,
Kobe dropping 81. Like,
look,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
but look,
crazy.
your experience playing against me says something, but at the same time, that doesn't have to do nothing. But before I started playing you, when I was playing Christian, Gabe, and Dennis, it's like those things matter too. When I'm playing a random play now game, you're not seeing that. Like that's the thing that those NBA players did not sit down and say, "Let me look at everything Kobe's done in his career." They say, "Man, when I was playing against Kobe, or when I was in the league, when Kobe was in the league, it was this." That's what I'm saying. Like him at basketball, like I can understand putting him top 3, but once you start putting like career and everything into it, I don't think he's top 3. But like I said, skill, oh yeah, Kobe is for surely up there skill wise.
I don't know. I love Kobe, and I just feel like his mentality and the way that he just attacked the game and the way
The
that
mentality
like
doesn't like
I
the
know
mentality is so overrated to me. It's like
and that's what it to me.
he has a
That's
killer.
what I disagree with.
He
That's
has
what
a
in my
he
opinion,
has
that's
a
what I
good
disagree
he
with.
has a killer mentality, but he doesn't. I would rather have a high IQ than a good mentality because he has a mentality to take that
But what you
shot,
mean?
triple team,
But
but
Kobe
the
has
percentage,
one of the has high IQ. Like, I'm confused. Like, he has high
yeah,
IQ.
he
He thinks on
understood
the
the
on
game, but did
you.
he understood the game very well, but he didn't. The stuff he says he wasn't doing like he had an understanding of the
Whoa! He
game.
said the stuff he
Listen,
said.
like
Right,
for
maybe
instance,
when he
the
was younger.
mentality. He has the mentality that I want that shot. I don't care if I'm triple teamed. I know I'm the best player on the court. I'm gonna take that shot. I would rather have someone say, "Hey, I'm triple teamed. I got bro wide open under the basket. Throw that past him." It's just a higher percentage shot.
I don't think, in my opinion, I disagree. I don't think Kobe would take a shot that is I don't think he would take a shot
Don't
that
you say
is.
Kobe don't take a bad shot?
No, he's taking bad shots, but I'm saying I don't think Kobe is going to willingly toss the game for his self worth
Then you
instead of his
don't know
team.
Kobe.
Instead of his team,
Then you don't know
that's
Kobe.
just me personally. I don't think Kobe's that type of person. I don't know
Kobe?
I don't know what made you assume that what made you think like that or what
It's
you've
because just
seen.
watch the games. He's always like I understand. If you're a
I've
good
seen
player, you
situations
should
where
want
he's
to.
passed the ball or given the ball to people. I mean, I've like I said, he's taking bad shots. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to discredit him for that. But of course, the difference between LeBron James and Kobe and MJ is just that simple fact that you're right. LeBron will, in a key moment, if he sees somebody
He's
open,
making the highest
LeBron,
IQ
if
play.
he sees somebody open and thinks that this person's a better shooter, LeBron will pass it. Guarantee you. I could put money on LeBron if he sees Kyle Korver for a wide open three and they need a three
LeBron, but
game,
LeBron doesn't have to.
he'll
LeBron has
pass
the
that
high
ball.
IQ
But
to make a
Kobe
play.
and MJ, even though they know they may not be a better 3-point shooter than Kyle Korver, they in their belief they put in so much work and they put in so much
It's a
practice that
gift
they'll take that shot and live with that shot themselves, then pass the ball. And I don't see anything wrong with that because you put in that work and you put in that effort. Why not take that shot then passing it to the person? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
because you're not making the best play to put your team in the
But
best.
you worked. Would you be? How are you not making the best play if you worked and practiced the shot over and over again? Yeah, you may not statistically be a better 3-point shooter than this person, but you've practiced the shot. You're the number one option on your team. Why not? You see what I'm saying? Like
Because
the
it's
difference
just
between
not
LeBron and
smart
Kobe and
basketball
MJ.
to force up a contested
No, but not
shot when
even
you have
just
someone
I'm not even
open.
just talking contested though. I'm just
Like
talking
that's what I'm saying. But I'm
even a
saying
wide
to
open
make
shot.
the
Look, even a wide open shot, LeBron would pass up though. LeBron's passed up wide open shots for other people to make him in the clutch moments. Versus Kobe and MJ have taken plenty themselves. That's what I'm
that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
I'm saying I would
Even
rather have
contested
someone
is
make.
worse. Yeah, you're right.
I'm
MJ and
saying I
Kobe have
would
taken
rather
bad
have
shots.
someone make the best basketball play than to put the faith
Even if it's
into themselves.
even if it's wrong. That's what you're trying to say. Even if it's wrong, you
It's
rather.
but I don't think like I understand like it's just if it depends like it's just situational awareness. If it's like if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I have the ball and Rudy Gobert's man helps on me and Rudy Gobert's at the three, of course I'm taking that double team fade. But if it's who was it, Jordan Clarkson wide open in the three, I think I'm passing that to Jordan Clarkson. Now like it just depends on the situation, but I just rather have someone make the best basketball play.
Do you think, in my opinion, do you think LeBron had better teammates than Kobe and Jordan did? So is that what the reason why LeBron passes the ball so much more and is more of a playmaker than Kobe and Jordan was? Besides, their mentality and stuff, you think that he played with better teammates? I mean, I'm pretty sure he did, right?
I don't think in the better teammates he played in was I don't think he was ever in those clutch situations as much. You know what I'm saying? Like if you take his first time in Cleveland,
I mean, he ain't had
can
nobody.
we name nobody? So that's another thing that they knocked LeBron for leaving Cleveland, but it's like you can't call him a quitter when people like Kobe was going to leave, but guess what? His GM got him some better teammates. LeBron's GM just they never got him a better teammate. He left and he went and formed a team. That's another thing. Like that team was like I feel like it's overrated. Like it was definitely a dominant team, but it
The
wasn't
team's overrated.
prime D Wade. It wasn't prime Chris Bosh. Like no,
Miami Heat team?
I'm not saying they were bad at any means, but they weren't. That wasn't their prime years.
That wasn't their prime years, but I don't want to say that they're overrated because even though LeBron obviously was their best player and obviously was, by far, the head and we all know that he was the number one, you feel me? Like we all knew that. And like you said, they weren't in their prime, but I don't want to say that they were overrated because even though that Spurs team was kind of old, that they were still a good team, and they had a young Kawhi Leonard who was emerging, and he was really good. No disrespect to Kawhi, and he got a Finals MVP that year that they won. He was really good. Like that young Kawhi was nice, and even though Tony Parker and Tim Duncan they were pretty much almost done with their careers at that point too. So it was kind of like LeBron was beating up on these old men, if you're being honest, like at this point. But in my opinion, I think that team is properly rated. In my opinion, I don't want to say
No,
overrated
because people act like that team was a
they
prime.
were a good team.
Like they act like it was like
if I'm not
KD.
mistaken, they went back to back, right?
Yeah, they
three-peated, right? Or back to back.
No, they
I think
didn't.
they went back to back because they
went
lost to
back to
San
back.
Antonio the first year or something.
They lost. No, they lost to Dirk in 2011, the first year.
Yeah. Oh wait, they beat OKC too. Remember?
I think they went back to back. And
is that
then
LeBron's Miami Heat?
They lost to
OKC
Spurs
when they
in
played
2014.
KD?
Wait, what happened?
Remember when they played KD in the finals?
Yeah, that was 2012. I believe so. Yeah, that was 2012. Yeah, they beat KD. But
in my opinion, it wasn't prime Dwayne Wade and wasn't prime Bosh, but Dwayne Wade was still was a 25 point plus player though. That's the point I'm trying to make. He's a 25 plus point. He still was a number 2 option. He was still hitting game winners. He was still catching lobs, throwing dunks. Like they have countless pictures of LeBron and Wade have iconic plays of them when they play. So I can't say that team was overrated because they were nice. Simple. That Miami Heat team was nice playing out. So and they were a super team, in my opinion. People don't want to say that they were a super team, but they were a super team. Chris Bosh wasn't a 30-point center power forward, but he'll give you 15 and 10, a solid 15 and 10, and can stretch the floor out. Chris Bosh wasn't finna, like I said, he's not finna drop 25 like Dwayne Wade, but that team was still a super team, and they had really good role players with Mario Chalmers as their point guard and Ray Allen and Mike Miller and different players on their bench that was a good solid Miami Heat team throughout those years, honestly, man. Yeah. I can't say that they were overrated.
LeBron's teammates are not.
LeBron played with better teammates than Jordan and Kobe, in my opinion. I mean, Kobe played with Steve Nash. He was washed up. Gary Payton washed up, all those other players, he did have some, some all-stars. Pau Gasol, in my opinion, was his best teammate of all time besides
LeBron
Shaq.
LeBron has never played with anyone better than Shaquille O'Neal. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, LeBron played with Shaq, but it wasn't Lakers Shaq.
Yeah, exactly.
LeBron and Shaq.
He hasn't played with anybody.
I think LeBron.
He hasn't played with anybody that's close to Shaq, but he's played with more players that are arguably, in that discussion of being one of the top players in the league. You know what I'm saying? Versus Kobe and MJ, like Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving. I could list off, who else he's played with. Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving.
Those are the only two I feel like that were those guys. Like Chris Bosh, he was falling off. Kyrie was not on the level he was until he started playing with LeBron. And Kyrie ain't done nothing since LeBron. Like, I feel like everyone else is either elevated their game because they were playing with LeBron, except for D Wade and AD. Those are the only two dudes that were like MVP level players, I feel like, before LeBron. I'm trying to think who else. Miami.
Chris Bosh was arguably in the MVP discussion before playing with LeBron too. Chris Bosh was a 25 and 50.
But I'm saying the year before he got with LeBron.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying like when they got there, like LeBron, like D Wade in 2010 or 2009, 2010 was probably still a 20 something. Like he was still nice. He wasn't peaking. Like he was declining. But those are the only two that I feel like, you know what I mean? And Yeah, he's had better teammates, but I feel like they've had better, well constructed teams. Like the Bulls in the '90s, like if you
Phil
look at
Jackson
it, has
coached both those teams too.
LeBron has like been the favorite like 3 out of the 10 times. The only time I think he's the favorite to was the favorite to win, like his team was Miami days. Like I don't want to. I can go look at the odds, but he's not been the favorite to win that many times. Has Jordan? Has the Bulls ever been not the favorites? Like I feel like they were the favorite at least 5 out of 6 times. Like they've had better
But
teams. I
what's
feel
that
like
supposed to mean? What's being a
their
favorite? But what,
rosters.
being a favorite doesn't guarantee that you're gonna win. Just because people think
That's
that
not
you
what I'm
have the
saying.
best, just because people think that you have the best team doesn't mean that you are the best team. If you don't
But
win a
they have
championship,
to.
you're not the best team. Period.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not just the people. Like there's a lot of things that go into who's gonna win, but like I'm saying like he's never been the team looked at as they're gonna come out with the win. And that says something about his teams. He's been on some really bad he's carried some really bad teams.
He's carried some really bad teams, but I mean, besides
Can
Scottie
Jordan
Pippen,
and LeBron say that? I mean Jordan and Kobe
what?
say they've carried some bad teams because LeBron has carried finals teams with no all stars. I don't think they can say they've done that. Like 2008, 2018, 2017, like those teams are bad. Still making finals. Plus, LeBron, like, I don't know. You just gotta look at everything, like the competition. Like the Warriors teams is insane to play against, bro. I don't think no one in history is beating these Warriors teams. So it's like that's just what LeBron had to play against.
I love LeBron and I respect LeBron, and I grew up watching LeBron and Kobe. I didn't grow up watching MJ. Somebody that, like I said, grew up watching Kobe. I I just it's just so hard not to put him in those discussion because I just look at it like I said, for me it's more than the stats and more than basketball. It's just everything he's done, outside of the game, and the stuff that he's brought to the game and the way that he's changed the game as far as like I said, the mentality and the work that he's put in. Like Kobe arguably is one of the most hardworking NBA players of all time. Like he's put in like the most work anybody has ever seen, like day in and day out, first in, last out. Like he's literally, is known for a mindset and a mentality that other NBA players and other people like us take inspiration in use in our daily life. And I feel like, to me, I take that in consideration and take that into such, it means more to me than LeBron having 100,000 points. Him scoring a career total of 100,000 or having the most career points. Like Kobe having that impact on me means more that than that than that point total. That's why I have Kobe. That's
But
why I have to have Kobe up there in that top discussion.
that
But I mean, that's just opinions, though. That's not really, I mean, but all of this, everything's opinionated. There is no fact of who's number 1 and 2 and 3 besides, like you said, the actual numbers. But that you can't determine who's number one, who this player's the best, this player is the best, necessarily through. I mean, you can through numbers if you go through, I don't know how the process will be if you actually had to.
it just depends on what you value more.
Exactly.
It's just people that you can't say you value winning more than take Bill Russell out your top 10, or you can't say you value skill more and then have Bill Russell over Kyrie Irving. Like you just gotta kind of stay consistent. That's the thing where people mess up. It's like, I want Jordan, I want LeBron over Jordan because he has more all-time points. But Curry's better than Westbrook, even though Westbrook has more all-time points. Like there's no consistency in people's lists. That's where it gets confusing in the all-time rankings.
That's true.
It really just depends on what you value. I just value overall game, and LeBron just does everything elite. And I value longevity too. And LeBron has been doing this for too long. Bro, talking about trying to play with Bryce. Bryce is like an eighth grader or something like that, bro. Like,
The eighth grader is crazy.
I don't know how you about to play with Bryce. We're talking about he looking at who got the 2027 pick
That's
to
wild.
go play for there. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day,
it's
LeBron's
like-
gonna be. He's gonna crack that number one
Hey.
spot and be the GOAT.
Hey.
I mean, people are gonna have to admit it.
I think we
But-
should end it with the Shaq quote. Like he said, if LeBron passes Kareem, we all got to shut up. If LeBron gets that number one scoring spot, we all got to shut up. There's nothing we could say. And that's Kobe's teammate. The man who carried Kobe.
Well, let me end it like this. And at the end of that Jimmy High Roller video, Kobe and MJ both in it. Kobe, MJ, and LeBron were all three interviewed and asked who the GOAT was. And Kobe and MJ both didn't say themselves. They both said each other, and included LeBron as well. Like they all gave appreciation to each other, and LeBron said it was himself.
I mean,
Kobe and MJ gave
that
love
doesn't
to
hold
all
any
three of
value.
them, and LeBron said
That doesn't hold
himself
any
was
value
he
to
was
me.
the GOAT. Undoubtedly, there's no question without it.
You're probably there's literally a clip of LeBron saying his top three players is Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan.
But they asked him who the GOAT was, man.
And he said Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan. Like, and I don't know, like it goes
People
back.
take stuff out of context.
People, yeah, like LeBron. You talking? Maybe it was probably that clip from Undisputed or whatever his show is called, where he said when he came back from 3-1, he said that's what made me the GOAT right there. Like, and I could see why he feels that way. But it's like, like Jordan, I seen the list. He has Julius Erving in his top 5. Like, people just value the people before them and the people. That's what I'm saying with LeBron. Like, even though people are before him, it's like, once again, like, I'm still playing against this dude. I value these people that done it and they solidified their career. LeBron's career is not necessarily solidified. He's still going. He's still building up a resume.
Yep.
I don't think he's winning MVPs. I don't think he's winning a championship. I don't want to doubt him.
In my opinion, no disrespect to LeBron. LeBron's done winning an MVP. He's not going to win another MVP, and I don't think he won't win another one. He won't win another championship unless he gets a better third option than Westbrook or unless Westbrook just plays better. They won't win another ring. He'll win another ring if they get it together. If the Lakers mesh and get it together, they'll win another ring eventually.
Slide down to that 5. They're gonna be nice.
I'm hecka weak. Appreciate everybody for this episode of tuning into the podcast. Appreciate all y'all support, love and support. Like, comment if you're new to this channel, subscribe. Before we end, I want to say, hey, stay safe out here, y'all. In these heat, I'm looking at this heat right now. It's 111 degrees. Stay safe if you guys are working or out there in the heat. Stay hydrated. Hey, it's hot outside, y'all. Out here in California, man. Stay inside or stay near a pool or something. Be safe out there, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Keep some of this, man. Keep some of this with you at all times.
Keep the water on the side, man. It's too hot. It's triple digits out here, man. Cam, got anything you want to say, man, before we end it off? I just want to say, that I'm gonna be streaming Thursday. Hopefully, I believe 2K comes out pre-order. So Thursday we gonna be streaming. We're gonna be up with the boys, Cam, Breon, all the boys. Hopefully Thursday and Friday as well. Hey, we back on it. I'm just letting y'all know we back on the streams every day, man. We're gonna try to get on this thing, man. After work. You're gonna try to get it on, man. Anything to say, Cam?
I don't know. I'm gonna start creating some more content too. So maybe more TikToks, maybe TikTok lives. start uploading my
Yes, you're gonna
YouTube
get back on
channel.
TikTok lives for sure.
I just want to create some more content, so I'm down for whatever.
Yep, and I got some new stuff coming in. I'm not saying anything to you guys. Just know I'm recording a video for the main channel, so stay tuned. But appreciate y'all boys. See y'all on the next